Hello and welcome back to another edition of One Sports Show, episode 10. Wow, we have certainly made some significant strides so far since we launched our first episode, a couple of months ago now. Time really flies, eh? Kudos to my hardworking production team behind the scenes for making it happen. To our viewers out there, well, hope that you're having a good, productive week so far. It's National Repentance Day today, you know. Time for forgiveness, reflection, and renewal. And guess what? We are 51 days counting down to the highly anticipated 2026 Rugby League World Cup, co-hosted by PNG, of course, Australia and New Zealand, live and exclusive only here on TV1 Sports. So keep a lookout for that. The spiritual aspect of sport is deeply important because it helps athletes manage mental and physical stress, find balance, coping with pressure through prayer, meditation, and reflection. Beyond the scoreboard, spirituality reminds athletes that their value as human beings is not defined by a win or a loss. It's about character building, discipline, humility, respect, and enduring sportsmanship. And it's National Repentance Day today, isn't it? So I think it's only fitting that we invite the chaplain of the PNG Hunters, Pastor Jeffrey, who is with me today, to talk a bit about the spiritual side of sports, especially players, how they're handling stress and pressure and everything to do with sports. Pastor, good Patrulo, thank you for coming on the set today. Very important topic that we'll talk about today. Spiritual side of sports, especially athletes and how they're handling pressure on and off the field as well, family, everything. But as a way of introduction, maybe just tell us about the work you do with the Hunters and how long you've been there, and how you've come thus far, and you've seen a lot of especially young boys coming through the system, and also how they've been transformed through your work.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and be part of the program. I've been with Hunters for the last 8 years. And I've seen, boys coming into the system, going out. And one of the things as a chaplain for the Hunters, their spiritual growth, their life is very important because they came from a family and their responsibility as sons or a father to the family is very important. So my work as a chaplain is to provide counseling to them, pray with them, help them to make, decisions, concerning different challenges that they go through as a player and as a son of God, most of all. So it's very important that they must know that before they became a rugby player, they are sons. They are the image and the likeness of God, and their responsibility to God to give account to Him is very important. And to live a life that is acceptable to the community, because a lot of young men, women in this nation, they talk about rugby playing. Whenever a young man gets to that stage, everybody talk about him or her, him especially. And then it's my role as a chaplain to help them to navigate through this period of their time as a rugby player.
Like you've been with the Hunters for some years now, and you've seen the players come and go, and some have moved on to take up offers overseas as well. But for the new ones coming in, obviously it's a big transition, from whatever background they come from the academy or from off-season and all that, but this must be a challenge for you.
Yes, it is because they come with a different culture, a different mindset, because the Hunters system is totally different from the Exxon Mobil. This is a cup, and the team that they played back home. It requires, discipline, it requires sacrifice, it requires you to be, meet the requirements to be part of this program. So one of my, I feel happy, excited within my spirit to serve them whichever capacity I can as a chaplain, and helping them to, think about their life as a rugby player and make decisions that can help them to, reach the level that they want in their rugby career. So talking with them, praying with them, helping them to understand that where you came from is different from where you are now, because everybody will be talking to you, and make sure your reputation, your integrity is very important. And you don't want to, come up and then you allow emotions and different things
That's
to
right,
dive it, and then you lose everything that you built over the years. So that's what I always talk to them, preach, tell them, teach them, counsel them about those very important things. Yeah.
Pastor, on a typical week, I
Yeah.
mean, you have
Yeah.
scheduled a particular day for
Yeah.
for maybe one-on-one or with the
Yeah.
group as well
Yeah.
to counsel and also share with them. Yeah.
Yes, every Wednesday we have a fellowship. That's when all the boys who lives in the camp and the boys that lives at home and come in, and we have a 1 hour 1 hour fellowship. Sometimes I invite pastors from outside to come and speak to the boys, and then I do have one-on-one conversation or one-on-one meet up with them. You know, especially when they're injured. You know, sometimes they are down emotionally, mentally, and other issues that them as a players they face. I come and talk with them, counsel them, pray with them, or sometimes after fellowship Wednesday, just to understand their pain and just to listen to them is very important. And then when you listen to them, they pour their hearts out and how we can encourage them and pray with them, knowing that God is still in control of their lives, regardless of the pain, the challenges that they go through. Yeah.
What would be some of the common issues that the players face in camp, or maybe like on the field or off the field?
Yeah.
You can share.
Yeah, one of the things they face major is criticism from the fans.
Oh, yeah,
sometimes,
especially this
year.
That's
Continuous losing, being defeated. It's one of the things that they face. Sometimes, you can see that they're down. They're oppressed by what they see and what they had from their fans. But it's life. Game is always like that, whether one loses and one wins. And the other things, some of the issues that they, as a players, over the years, been working with them is family. Family is one of them. One of the issues. Relationship too as well.
That's right.
And even the finance. We try to help them to think about how to use their money, and we've been doing it for the last 7 years. Okay. And time to time we get them and talk to them, or bring other people to come and speak to them. But these are some of the issues. We are not perfect. We're open to different things, and having a pastor among them, it helps them to come out and pour their hearts, and they can seek help and guidance and directions how to make decisions. Yeah.
Some of these boys are very young. They have girlfriends and that sort of thing. So like to come away and sleep away in camp with the team, I think that is a challenge.
Yeah,
as well.
that is a challenge. There is a challenge. So,
and how do you address that?
Yeah, there's a thing. I sit down with them, tell them, if you have someone understanding
and trust. Yeah.
If you have understanding, just call them up. I'm here, and especially the ones that are married. When those that have kids. When they're here and their families are back home, and whenever kids or their children or partner or mom and dad is sick, it really affects them. So a couple of times they came, spoke about those things, and I took time to pray with them and encourage them. As long as God is in control, we believe that healing will take place. We believe that God will heal your relationship, and let God be the center of everything that you do.
Yeah. You've been with majority of these boys.
Yeah.
Some have moved on.
Oh,
but,
yes.
During your time with the Hunters, I'm sure you've seen the transformation that has taken place with boys, like coming into the system and trying to adapt to the new environment, the culture and everything. Just talk us through that.
Yeah. Some of them, most of our boys, some, they didn't reach the, at the educational level. Some came down from grade 10. Very few made it to 12, 11 institution. And, I tell them that, regardless of the educational levels that you came down, you must know that there's lots of possibilities out there. And Hunters may be one of the gateways or one of the environment that you can come and learn, save some money, and then go and do something that you can do. Maybe a businessman. Maybe you can use your money to pay for school fee, and then you go and continue your studies. And one of the things too, I encourage them is that you have to keep your minds open, because anything can happen. Because when you're in Antas, you know, other teams will be watching you, like overseas, or Queensland Cup or England, and you know, so far, you know, praise God, you know, I'm happy to see my boys, you know, our boys, you know, doing well in overseas, you know, Queensland Cup, and you know, that's one of our prayers. So I tell them that Antas is just a season, transition point for you. You come, and if there's any opportunities out there, grab it. But number one is pray and ask God for guidance to lead you. Because when you go out there to Kaltasog, you know, the environment there is totally different from Papua New Guinea. That's why I encourage them to be mindful, to, you know, educate themselves by reading, you know, ask questions, you know. Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So as long as you learn as much as you can, not just, you know, on the field.
Before match day, or just before the boys run in, I mean, what sort of messages you tell the boys? I mean, how to be mentally, spiritually, you know, before they run on?
I tell them that, you know, just knowing that you were there, you know, your skills and your talent can bless other people, regardless of the outcome of the game. And I tell them that, you know, you have faith, you know. You were not here by mistake. You are here because, you know, God called you, whichever way that, you know, you can contribute immensely, or contribute back to the team. And I tell them, you know, God is on your side, and go and hunt. Go and hunt. Bring the win back.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Pastor, thank you to time you talk you, but big play impact and
thank you.
Keep up the good work there.
Thank you.
God by continue to bless you and lead him here.
I really
thank
appreciate
you
it. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go, Pastor Jeffrey, sharing his role as a chaplain with the SPP and Giantas, and wow, what an amazing story. And now you know what happens behind the scenes, and how the boys have been, helped out to get over stress and pressure, and also handle the pressure of losing, especially this season. But anyway, that's the story for now. We'll be back. Stay with us after this short break. Now we have a bit of softball news for you. The Port Moresby corporate softball mixed competition, or slow pitch competition as they call it, wound up over the weekend with the last round of the regular season. They're heading straight into the elimination finals this weekend. But I think it's going to be 8 in its pool will play off the cross pool, and then the top 2 will play off for the cup. 3 and 4 will play for the plate. And then 5 and 6 will play for the bowl, and the rest will go there from there. I think it's a shield finals as well for the bottom teams as well. So that's happening at the Mara Barracks Oval. And during the weekend, I was able to catch up with the competition coordinator, Konsi Bars, just give us a brief rundown of how the finals format will look like, and heading towards the business end of the softball season.
Due to the venue, it's sort of decreased in numbers from last season, but the interest has been overwhelming. Yeah, we're thankful to PNG Defence Force for allowing us to come and run our competitions during the Sundays, weekends, and training days as well.
Some of the connections we only spoke on email, but coming out to the field, having to put the name to the face, it's really good. Yeah. We had a forfeit this morning. The opposing team was unable to put a team, which was an advantage to us. So yeah, I think we're tracking well.
Yeah, I think it's good for the, that they're working every day and 7 days a week, and it's a good, to relax their mind, and then start back and fresh at Monday.
Okay, also during the week I was able to catch up with David Tupeni, who is the coaching development officer with PNG AFL, who's now taking charge of a group of young boys and girls under 15s and under 15s Kurakums and the Binatangs. We're heading down to Cairns next month for the Pacific Nation Challenge. We caught up with David and also the young boys and girls are training at the Coles ground earlier on this week.
I grew up playing cricket, so it was actually my first time playing AFL, and then I heard from my coach that they selected me on my first game. I was actually surprised, I was happy at the same time that I cried.
Most of them come out from the Newquay program, playing in the school competition across the country, so it's make it easy for us to identify talents.
When I was a child, I dreamed to become a rugby league star, but as far as I played AFL, my dream was to see how the AFL play like Brisbane Lions, and Hayes there represent the PNG playing Suns. I always dreamed to become like him, represent the country, where to jump out like him, or playing for Brisbane Lions team. That's always my dream team.
It was a bit kind of scary. It was tough. They're like really tall and they have like much more experience than we do. When someone's feeling down, we tell them to keep going, and that any mistakes, we tell them that they can do much better than what they just did.
That's my best opportunity. I want to play there, represent my country, playing Australian, and yeah, all I want is to get selected and achieve my goal.
Well said. Thank you very much. All the best. Huh?
Thank you.
After Sunday's elimination round, the two winning coaches, Henry Wan from the Eagles and Warato Puara from the Gurias, gave their thoughts about their team's performances and the way forward to week 2 of the semi-finals this weekend.
Just our heroes in attack, and probably in defense is a bit more effort in winning the contact and delaying the plays. There's two areas that we need to improve on before the next game.
We started off slow. The first 10 minutes we did a couple of handling errors, and then we had to pick up the second bit of our first half. But yeah, it was a big defensive effort from everyone. The second part of the first half, and then towards the end, incredible. Everyone just put in just the little things. They got everything right. And
You got a big one coming up against your playmate, Warato Puara, the Gurias, next week. How are you looking forward to that?
Yeah. Really looking for a big challenge ahead. So yeah, we're just taking one day at a time. We'll just take this win, celebrate, and then we'll go back to our training field, and we'll look on areas where we need to polish up. And yeah, a tough match against my old friend. So yeah, it will be a good matchup against my old friend.
Stakes are high this weekend when the final 4 contenders for this year's major silverware, Muruks, Kandes, Gurias and Eagles, battle on in week 2 of the Diesel Action Mobile Cup major and minor semi-finals. Following a number of on and off-field incidents in the past weeks, PNG RFL is re-emphasizing on set standards and code of conduct with strict code adherence, transparency and high officiating standards to protect the integrity of the game.
Finals football decides who advances and who goes home. But as crowds grow and emotions rise, these matches test more than the teams. They test the officials, the supporters, the administration, and the players whose national futures may be shaped by what they show under pressure.
Most importantly, what we want everyone to enjoy the experience from our fan base. And you can see it building towards September. We had a wonderful day out there on Sunday with a really big crowd, almost 10,000 people at the ground, really well behaved. And that's a really good sign for us moving forward. Obviously, prior to that, we had a couple of incidents that we dealt with, but as an administration, we take really strong action on that, and I think everyone should be really confident that we'll continue to do that with behaviour both of our fans, but also in the event that players act the way they can, that's not in accordance with the spirit of the game. Yeah, obviously we have a code of conduct, and that code of conduct relates to the behaviour of referees, club officials, players, and we're investigating that matter. But we're obviously working closely with the club to get to a decision. The decision hasn't been made yet. We want our match officials to be respectful of players. There's a relationship out there on the field in the heat of battle, and we understand that emotions can run high. But most importantly, we want to demonstrate our game for the great game that it is, and that great game is about respect. So we want that to continue.
Have a look at the forward move. He's onside.
Let's play on.
It's in relation to when he kicked the ball to the runner. He's onside.
The administration can investigate what happens after the whistle. Match officials do not have that luxury. Their decisions are made inside the contest while seasons are still on the line.
You know, your season's on the line, and we understand that, and so do the match officials, but they also have to make decisions, and they make decisions in real time. They don't get the benefit always of going back and watching every replay. They make a lot of decisions in a game. You know, over 8,000 decisions they'll make in 80 minutes of rugby league whilst running around a football field. They're not dissimilar to the players in a lot of senses other than they don't get tackled. But our players make decisions too, and at different stages, emotions can run high, but we expect everyone to be respectful.
That pressure comes with something positive. The competition is improving and supporters are responding. The challenge is to protect the growth without losing intensity that makes finals football matter.
Yeah, I think our fans are here because the quality of football's better. We've seen growth, and Terry, you and I have been talking about this for 3 years. We're slowly seeing the growth and the improvement of the game from a playing perspective, from a refereeing perspective, from a whole experience. And our fans want to enjoy that. But most importantly, there was no incidents last week, and that was everyone got to enjoy a wonderful day of rugby league. And what that allowed us to do is to demonstrate to our fans and demonstrate to everyone connected to our game that our game is a wonderful game to watch, a great experience and a great Sunday afternoon out, that where you can come with your family, you can enjoy quality rugby league in a safe environment.
For the players, the stakes reach beyond the grand final. World Cup selectors are watching across competitions in PNG and overseas, and every finals performance adds to that evidence.
They're watching every game of rugby league, whether it be Digiselect or Mobile Cup, Queensland Cup, BMD, Harvey Norman, Super League or NRL. They're casting the net wide, which gives every player connected to PNG an opportunity to represent their country in a World Cup, which is always a very special thing. Every time you're on the stage in big pressure matches, you're demonstrating your skills as a player, and I know for a fact that everyone is watching from both the Santos Cup, from an Orchids perspective and from a Cornwall's perspective, the Digiselect or Mobile Cup competition, to see if there's players that are able to make those squads.
These finals are doing two jobs at once: deciding who reaches the grand final and showing whether the competition, its players, officials and supporters can carry the weight of growing expectations. Tony Archer would only avoid one decision: picking the winner.
I have given up tipping on rugby league a long time ago. That's why I have grey hair.
Going for the field goal, bang! And the crowd is up. That's the man himself, Tony Archer, there, just giving us some very important message for all the fans out there, all the rugby league teams, especially the six. I think there's 4 teams remaining. From the top 6 now, we are down to 4 teams remaining to get through the elimination rounds. But yes, Archer just again reaffirming and also just reminding everybody out there that there are standards and code of conduct that has to be observed throughout the final series. So good on you, Tony. Now, before we go, yes, also during the weekend, the first elimination final between the Gurus and the Wigmen is one of rugby league's favorite son and also the favorite son of the wingman in Manu Kame said farewell. That was his last game, his swan song last weekend. We didn't know, but gee, what a player he's been. He's been a great ambassador for the wingman for 6 solid years. I think he played for the wingman for 6 years and also won the top prop of the year in 2025. That's during the Diesel Cup Awards night. So well done to you. And surely he's got a big fan base here in Port Moresby. Every time he runs onto the field, the crowd gets up and they love him. Whitey, they call him sometimes. But yes, we're surely going to miss that aggression and also that hard running and also that tough defensive resolve that you bring out when you don your favorite wingman colors. So we're surely going to miss you. We wish you well in your next stage of life. I know you've got a good family. Now it's time to spend some quality time with your 2 children and your family. So all the best to you, champion Manu Kame. And that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for being with us. Until the next time around, we wish you well. Bye for now.